Streaming now.
On this hour of Eyewitness News, we're seeing new video, the moments before police shot a man in Aurora.
Plus, potential plans for the migrants in Chicago has some members of one community upset.
Later tonight, celebrating Fat Tuesday, why you need to put in your punchki order soon. Am I saying? There's a lot of different ways to say it.
I know, right? That sounded
We're going to
right.
ask. Punchki, right.
All right. Plus, the top moments from the Super Bowl, of course, including that highly anticipated halftime show.
But before we get to those stories, we have to start tonight with the shooting here in Chicago. Police shooting a man during a foot chase. This happening on Chicago's west side, and it also happened near a Chicago public school.
And tonight we're learning more about the man shot by police and what may have led up to the shooting. It happened in the 2100 block of South St. Louis. Karen Jordan reports.
Chicago police released their statement about the incident, saying it's being investigated by the Civilian Office of Police Accountability. And now we're learning a bit more about the shooting involving Chicago police that happened earlier today.
The weapon recovered on scene. One offender's been struck.
The shots fired by the police, not at the police, correct?
Chicago police say officers observed a group of people in the 2100 block of South St. Louis near a double-parked car and attempted to investigate. That's when they say one person in possession of a firearm ran from the scene. Police say officers pursued that person into a vacant lot, with an officer discharging his service weapon, striking the person in the chest. The victim was taken to Mount Sinai in serious condition, and police say a firearm was recovered at the scene. Relatives of the shooting victim identify him as 25-year-old Javante Kindred. His sister tells me he is alert and talking and questions why he was shot. She says he was not armed.
They say he had a gun, but he showed that he didn't have a gun. So he started running, but, he stopped, he surrendered, and you shoot him.
This incident happened down the street from Crown Elementary School. The principal issued a statement that students and staff were brought inside the school after administrators reported hearing shots fired and that additional safety precautions were put in place during dismissal. Chicago police say this matter remains under investigation and that the officers involved have been put on administrative duties for 30 days. Karen Jordan, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Thank you for that. Now to more breaking news. Chicago police investigating after shots were fired on a Red Line train at Garfield. No one was hurt. Service was temporarily suspended between 47th and 63rd Streets, but it is now running again with some delays.
Now to another breaking story. Police in Aurora releasing body camera video showing the moments before police shot a man. That man is now charged with attempted murder. Our Kate Kogiran shares what else this video shows.
The portions of body-worn video camera released by the Aurora Police Department this afternoon shows the moments officers arrived on scene, their attempts to de-escalate the situation both verbally and with non-lethal weapons before 21-year-old Christopher Cross is seen running at officers with two knives in hand. We must warn you, the video you're about to see is difficult to watch. Tonight, new insight into a shooting involving Aurora police that took place over a week ago after the department released portions of the 911 call and body-worn camera from the incident.
I, along with our team at the Aurora Police Department, fully recognize this is a challenging situation for our community.
The more than 18-minute video started with this statement from Police Chief Keith Cross.
It is our commitment at the Aurora Police Department to provide transparency to our actions. We also understand there will still be questions surrounding this incident.
Sunday, February 5th, Aurora police said they got a call about a person armed with multiple knives threatening other people inside a home on the 900 block of Colorado Avenue.
Is he threatening anybody with him?
Yes, everybody.
What is he saying?
He will kill them, he will kill us, and he will die today. The police will have to shoot him.
In the portions released by police, you see officers arrive to find 21-year-old Christopher Cross at the front door with two knives in hand. Officers ordering Cross to put down the weapons.
Drop the knife. Listen, dude, we're here to help, man.
Later, Cross is heard threatening officers. The body-worn cameras then show Cross shutting the front door on officers after the video shows officers helping others inside the home leave through the garage. Then the situation escalates as Cross is seen entering the garage, still armed with 2 knives. Officers repeatedly tell him to drop the weapons.
Stay there. Stay there.
Officers then deployed non-lethal weapons, what they called pepper ball projectiles. Cross is then seen charging at officers with 2 knives. We stopped the video before gunshots are fired. His family telling ABC7 he was having a mental health episode prior to the police shooting. The police shooting is under independent investigation by the Kane County State's Attorney and the Kane County Major Crimes Task Force. Last week, Cross, who survived, was charged with 2 counts of attempted murder in addition to unlawful restraint and aggravated assault. Kate Kogirin, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
All right, Kate, thank you for that. We are going to change gears on this Monday as we take a live look at the city. Just one day. It is Galentine's Day, but the city is lit up with a heart. It is Go Red for Women as well as Valentine's Day, which is tomorrow.
Fast approaching.
It's the month of love, right? And we are loving this warmer weather.
It has been great. Meteorologist Greg Dutrick here with us. We were talking about Valentine's Day before the show. He has 3 ladies at his house.
Yes, he's a girl dad.
He's well stocked up.
Stack of Valentine's Day cards about that tall.
They're probably making some for you too, Greg.
I hope so.
They might have the little candies. Remember we had in elementary school, Will You Be Mine?
Oh yeah. Now kids have moved on to like giving little gifts. Like my daughter gave kids a bunch of like sunglasses that are like
really?
Your love blinds me or something like that.
Oh.
Yes, it is escalated, Cheryl.
I need to get with it. I'm behind the times, clearly.
It is like everything in life. It is just gone above and outside of what it used to be when we were around making, Valentine's Day holders out of shoeboxes or whatever. 39 degrees our temperature out in Naperville right now. It's 46 at the lakefront, and these are really nice temperatures. Another day today that we grabbed 50 degrees plus, finally finishing at 52 as a daytime high. But while it is somewhat warm tomorrow, it is also going to be a bit more on the cloudy side of things. I still think we get into the lower 50s for tomorrow, but as we get later in the afternoon, the clouds will thicken, the clouds will lower. We'll see some rain and some wind as well by about 6 o'clock, and those rains will be with us into the overnight hours, replaced, though, perhaps by some snow in the extended forecast. I'll show you what could be a couple inches of snow for some of us, mainly off to the north coming up, but also another warm-up just in time for the weekend. That's straight ahead. Over to you.
I'd like to hear that, Greg. See you again in a few minutes. Old building may get transformed into a temporary shelter for migrants. The state's looking at using a former Kmart on the city's south side, but some are against this idea. Michelle Gallardo reports on the battle to find a place for migrants to stay.
Slow down. That is what elected officials and community groups are telling the state of Illinois after it became known that this shuttered West Lawn Kmart located at 71st Street and Pulaski may soon be housing several hundred migrants being bused to Chicago from Texas.
We're not looking for just here. It's a building with 4 walls and that's it. It's a roof over your head. No.
The news comes just weeks after the city of Chicago converted Woodlawn's Wadsworth Elementary School into a shelter over the objections of many in the neighborhood. State Representative Angie Guerrero Cuellar says the community needs time to fully understand what is happening and to develop an adequate safety plan.
I want to make sure that the residents understand, what the timeline is going to be. Is this going to be a short-term shelter, a permanent shelter, how long they're going to be here?
More than 4,000 migrants have arrived in the Chicago area since the end of August, when Texas began busing them to other cities. Many are being housed in suburban hotels. The state today confirmed they are looking at the Kmart location, saying in part, for those who need more time to determine their future plans and require ongoing interim shelter, IDHS will be offering asylum seeker families currently residing in hotels on a voluntary basis to move to interim congregate housing facilities. Temporary or not, some oppose the idea of dormitory-style housing for migrants.
You have to share a shower with people. You have to share, everything. You don't have a privacy in that kind of setup. And that's mainly the same system that is used in prison and jails.
No timeline has been provided for when this Kmart will be converted into a shelter. State Representative Guerrero Cuellar telling us the state has agreed to hit pause while the community's concerns are addressed. In West Lawn, I'm Michelle Gallardo, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
And today, Chicago mayoral candidate Brandon Johnson vowed to protect migrants and asylum seekers.
We're going to make sure that all protective legal services are fully funded, so no matter if you're a migrant, an immigrant, an asylum seeker, that you will have safety and security and sanctuary in the city of Chicago.
Johnson did not say how much his plan for sanctuary and immigrant justice would cost taxpayers, but he did reference his Tax the Rich plan, which he says would bankroll social services.
And police in northwest suburban Hanover Park are looking for the person who shot and killed a woman this morning not far from a pair of schools. The shooting happened in an alley between homes and a townhouse complex at Heritage Court in Arlington Drive. It happened shortly before 8:30 this morning.
That's the opening that goes to the park to the grade school. So at 8:30 in the morning, that's when all the little grade school kids are going down that alley. So it's, you know, at least it wasn't some little kid that got shot.
Well, for much of the school day, nearby elementary and middle schools were on soft lockdowns as police searched for the suspect that fled the scene in his car.
Westridge Restaurant reopened today, one day after a shooting. Dramatic surveillance video from inside Pride Sushi and Thai shows guests hitting the deck for safety as those shots rang out. No one inside that restaurant was injured, but look, a bullet pierced the front window, shattering that glass.
The fact that we're at a place where you can't even go out to eat without a fear that maybe something could happen and that you have to run for cover because there could be a shooting right outside your window, it's scary.
Chicago police say the gunfire came from a passing car when someone inside a sedan started shooting. Police say two men in their early 20s were hurt in a car and were taken to a local hospital in good and fair condition.
Now to news overseas, as today marks 1 week since a deadly earthquake struck Turkey and Syria, killing more than 37,000 people. The UN says it is expecting this number to go up. The window for finding anyone buried alive, it is closing. Still, there are reports of coming out miraculous rescues, including a 13-year-old boy and a 6-year-old girl pulled from the rubble. And it's not just people. This dog right here was rescued today after being trapped for a week. With food supplies running low, there are now concerns over how to feed the rescued pets. Well, you can learn more about the earthquake's impact on children and families in Turkey and Syria and how you can help. Just head to unicefusa.org/ABC News. We'll also have a link on our website.
We're learning more about the 3 unidentified objects shot down by U.S. fighter jets over the weekend. Jet took out an object over Lake Huron, Michigan yesterday. Previous objects were shot down over Canada and Alaska.
I want to reassure Americans that these objects do not present a military threat to anyone on the ground.
U.S. official says the objects are believed to be weather balloons. It's still unclear where they came from, but the items are much smaller than that Chinese surveillance balloon that was shot down in above South Carolina, or just off the coast, earlier this month.
And tonight at 10, the I-Team investigates an event that forever changed Chicago. Nearly 100 years ago, 7 men were killed in the St. Valentine's Day massacre. It is a gangland hit that is still unsolved today. Now the I-Team examined the weapons used in that notorious crime.
The last time this machine gun was used in a crime, Valentine's Day, 1929. The I-Team tonight with where it is now.
And the I-Team tracks down the priceless crime guns. That's coming up tonight at 10.
Person's dead, another hurt after a fiery crash on I-55 in Will County. This wreck near Weber Road tied up southbound lanes during the morning rush hour today. Police say a semi-truck and 3 cars were involved. State police say one of the vehicles was parked partially in the left lane due to an early crash and got hit by another car which became disabled. The third car crashed into the first one, causing it to catch fire.
3 13-year-old boys have been released to their parents after they are accused of stealing a car and causing a deadly crash. It happened yesterday afternoon in Robbins. Police say an officer began to follow a speeding Kia with a broken driver's side window. Moments later, the Kia slammed into a Ford Taurus being driven by a 71-year-old man. He was rushed to a hospital and was pronounced dead. Charges have not yet been filed in this case.
Voters in Chicago now have a lot more options for casting their ballots in the upcoming election. Today, early voting sites opened up in all 50 wards across the city. As of last night, about 42,000 votes had been cast, far outpacing this point 4 years ago when only 2,400 people had early voted. Typical turnout for municipal elections is around 35%.
With this turnout so far, if it keeps up, we're looking that we might get into the 40%. So we might get that 2011 42% turnout or even higher. Maybe we can get to that midterm average of around 46%.
Vast majority of the early voting is being driven by mail-in ballots, a sign that voters are becoming much more comfortable with casting ballots that way.
And vendors at a discount mall in Little Village will be allowed to stay there while the building undergoes a major renovation. The vendors were threatened with eviction, but were recently granted extensions. The building's owner now says there are no plans to replace vendors with big box stores, and many vendors will be given new licenses. Now, one day after being named the Super Bowl MVP, Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes making a trip to Disneyland.
You can see the big parade for the champion on Main Street today. Disney, the company, the parent company of ABC7. We're going to talk about the Super Bowl a little bit later.
I know. How exciting is that for him?
It's great.
They're talking dynasty. They're comparing him to the GOAT, Tom Brady.
He's got to get a few more titles for
27 years old, too. Been in 3.
Played hurt. It was good. We'll talk about predictions. I'm going to dunk a little bit later.
All right. Great game, though. Really good game.
It really was. And the halftime show.
Superb
Pre-game.
Yeah, pre-game. Oh my gosh, I'm still in tears and emotions on that. Well, we got plenty more Super Bowl moments for you, and we will chat all about, that halftime show. Did you hear about it? The rumors? Riri. Yeah, the big reveal. Everybody's talking about it.
I just want to say I knew it. I saw it, and I said something. That she was pregnant, and my wife Wendy didn't know it first. I feel like I saw.
I'm helping you out in life.
You can take credit for that. Okay, I'll give it to you. Also ahead, Tina Fey and Amy Poehler going on their first comedy tour together with a stop in Chicago. These ladies are funny.
Love them.
We'll talk more about it in a minute.
Who needs Arizona and California when you've got Chicago 718 on a marvelous Monday, 44 degrees. You've got the Blue Cross Blue Shield building lit up in love.
Yeah, did our rates go up? They look like they upgraded that thing. Like
it's great. Yeah, right. It might cost a little more. Talking heart health and also Valentine's Day tomorrow.
Valentine's today.
You mentioned Galentine's Day today.
Right,
you mentioned
today,
Arizona. Deion Miller down there for our sports department. That sounds pretty awesome right now.
I know. It was like 78 degrees at game time about 5:30 yesterday, but that's okay. We got 51 plus degrees and sunshine on a Monday. You don't mind going to work after Super Bowl Sunday when you got great weather like this.
You don't. Although now that you mentioned Deion Miller, like Cactus League and Grapefruit League sounds pretty appealing to me right now. But 40's not bad. Palatine's at 40 degrees. 43 at the lakefront. It is down 3 degrees from about 10 minutes ago when it was at 46, down to 42 degrees in Oaklawn, but still down to 40s. Those are words I like stringing together this time of year because sometimes we'd be saying only up to 20s or 30s as daytime highs. Instead, yes, we are sliding a little bit. Here are our temperatures as they started off today. Again, we were in the lower to mid 30s to start it off. Temperatures made it into the lower 50s for this afternoon, and now we are sliding back down to about the mid to upper 40s, lower 50s, depending on where exactly you look. Technically, our high was 52 degrees today. Last year, we were only at 20. We did a whole freezing on top of where we were last year, 32 degrees warmer. Our low last year during the morning was 12 too, and we have not seen very many of those mornings. Only a stone's throw off, I guess, in relative terms from the record back in the late 1930s when we were at 63 degrees. I don't remember that one. 52 degrees, again, officially the temperature. Now, this does mark the 10th straight day that we've been warmer than normal. We hit 54 at midway, and this is something more reminiscent of early April, and I'll tell you, it feels like it. It smells like it outside, like that muddy kind of early spring smell when you have a couple of days to really let all of that snow thaw and have the sun hit the ground. And unfortunately, tomorrow we're not getting quite as much sun. You can't see immediately why, as our skies are pretty clear, at least in the general area, but here is the system taking shape kind of out of the Rocky Mountains and also through the Gulf of Mexico, two kind of combining areas of energy to produce this. This is in futurecast mode now. Increasing clouds for tomorrow. Clouds will thicken. They'll lower during the day. These first showers hit during the afternoon. The bulk of the rain gets here during the evening and into the overnight hours of our Tuesday and into our Wednesday. Here it is again on the wider scale, but zooming on in so you can get a detailed hour-by-hour look. So evening commute, definitely going to be seeing some rain showers. During the overnight, also going to be having some rain showers. Dinner time, same type of deal. But we're not getting nailed nearly as bad as we did from the last round of rain. Instead, anywhere from about 1/4 to 1/2 of an inch of total rainfall. And we get a little bit of a break on Wednesday, perhaps even some sunshine, before another system rolls in, this time on Thursday, mainly during later hours of our Thursday. First starting as some rain, but potentially here with colder air wrapping around the back of the system, switching over to snow. Could be good enough for a couple inches of snow in our northernmost counties. We're stopping short of an AccuWeather alert day, at least just yet. Taking a look here at that snowfall not quite making it down to the city and really not being a huge impact for this time of year. Our temperatures here, our rainfall numbers out of the models, they are all within about 1/4 to 1/2 an inch. As I said, I don't see any big surprised 3/4 of an inch or inch readings out of this next round of rain. And then here is that snow, the Thursday snowfall. And while we could see 1 to 3 inches across a swath of our viewing area, it's a very small swath off to the north. Looks like it's going to be less than an inch for the lakefront. And with the ground as warm as it is, going to be really tough to actually get that to stick to the ground as some flurries stick around in Indiana for our Friday. Then we're back to mid 40s and lower 50s on Saturday and Sunday as we keep on stealing days out of wintertime. This is just wild. I mean, you know, January, we're like, okay, cool, like a couple weeks we can tick off a winter. And here we are. I mean, this is robbery. Like 45 on Saturday, 50 on Sunday, robbing days out of winter. Hopefully not paying for it in March.
That's what I worry about.
Is that a meteorological term, robbing?
Yeah.
It's crime in progress.
I think it's a joyful thing.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, for everybody except for
away?
winter.
I don't know.
I feel like winter is cruel and it always gets us back.
So we, you know, crime
does pay. In the weather department,
weather
it does.
crime, right?
Yeah, weather crime pays. We'll take it.
But Cheryl might be right. Yeah.
We'll rebrand it, Cheryl.
Right. Let's think of something catchy and weathery, like.
So today we're getting a look at some of the electric
this is
vehicles.
Y'all's segment
you can
for
test
show.
drive at the Chicago Auto Show. Cars, trucks, SUVs. Among the vehicles on display, that's the Cadillac Electric. Hard to get right now. While you won't hear the engine running on several of them, there's the F-150 Lightning. They still pack quite the punch.
I didn't know it was going to go that fast, especially for an electric car.
Especially for a truck?
Yeah, a truck.
It just gets going and then he's got to hit the brakes.
Yeah. I was like, hopefully the brakes do work.
How about it? Tomorrow, day 4 of the Chicago Auto Show. Military first responders get in free. This is one of my favorite weeks of the year because we have some. John Garcia's been out there. He'll be reporting for our early shows every day.
And you went to Bloomington, went electric car. What was that truck?
Oh, the Rivian, yes.
Yeah.
The R1T.
Is that at the auto show?
Yeah, no, I don't think Rivian's there. Tesla's not there. A few of these companies aren't
really?
there. Yeah, but that R1T you'll see driving around is beautiful. Made in Bloomington normal.
Right.
And it's a lot of fun. Those people who get into them for the first time and feel feel that torque?
I need to
I'm
take a
working on
test
you.
drive.
We're gonna
I
go
know I might have
hybrid
to do the
first.
hybrid, right?
We'll get you the hybrid. We got time.
So exciting about the auto show. It's
It is.
perfect to try everything out.
Yeah,
so.
and the show this Saturday went great for us.
Yeah, it looked fantastic.
Well
so,
done to everybody.
Yay. Thanks to everybody involved in that one, and thanks for watching. But here's two of my favorite people ever, Tina Fey and Amy Poehler, geniuses, going on tour for the first time. It's a live tour, 4 cities. Hey, and they're stopping here in Chicago on May 20th, right across the street from our State Street studios at the Chicago Theater. The tour will celebrate their 30 years of friendship with a night of jokes, stories, more. General ticket sales that go on sale Friday. Pre-sales start on Wednesday. They're going to sell out all over the country wherever they go, and they're going to see the 5 cities they go, and then they're going to add more. Watch.
That'd be great. One of these days we got to get one of those acts to come on the 7, the
Right.
stream team.
Well, we did have Earthquake, remember?
And it was another. It was a show down in Northwest Indiana. Who? What was it? George. It was so funny. He did a bit with Jose, and
the comedian George Wallace.
Yeah.
Yes, we had him.
Awesome.
I mean, we can get more people. As now we're starting to move forward. So
the show is growing
that
in
would
popularity.
be great if Tina. I know.
Every
People
day.
stop you in the grocery store. Hey, stream team.
Yes, they do. My mom is watching.
Hour of Power, baby.
Yeah. Super Bowl bets, the new record set this year as gambling expands to more states. My mother-in-law and I won some money.
All right, but first, everybody, let's talk about the gift of life.
Great.
The local push to get more people signed up for the bone marrow registry.
Thousands of people diagnosed with life-threatening blood diseases each year, and for many, the only cure is a bone marrow or stem cell transplant surgery.
But you can help by joining the Be the Match registry. Tonight, Val Warner has the story.
You can potentially save a life with a simple swab of the mouth.
Be the Match exists to find life-saving blood stem cell donors for patients in need. A stem cell transplant can cure more than 75 different diseases.
Harold Washington College is helping to get more people on the bone marrow registry. They held a Be the Match drive, looking for young adults to become potential donors.
If I have the power to save a life, I might as well, because I know people do be going through a lot, and if I can be a savior, why not?
18 to 40 is the age range that can join the registry. The reason for that is because we have more stem cells and higher quality stem cells when we're younger, and that leads to a better outcome and a higher survival rate for patients.
Age matters when becoming a donor. Ethnicity does too.
There's actually a disparity in the registry. So most of the people who've joined the Be the Match registry are white, and that means white patients have a much greater chance of finding a match.
And if you're selected as a donor, Be the Match takes care of the rest.
You become like a VIP superstar when you agree to donate, and Be the Match takes care of all of the details. So, even if it's local, they'll send a car to pick you up. If you need a babysitter, a dog sitter, a plant sitter, anything that you need, Be the Match will take care of it.
The ultimate goal? to save lives.
Imagine if it's your family member who is in the situation. A lot of times people don't realize how important this mission is, how important the registry is, until they know somebody who's been impacted and needs to find a match.
If you have the capacity to help out, to potentially save somebody else's life, it'd be a great opportunity for you, a great opportunity for your community, for your city, anybody else.
Val Warner, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Thanks for sharing the story, Val. We learn a lot.
Simple way.
Yes,
out.
yes.
Just a swab.
Change
just
people's
like
lives.
Mm-hmm.
ABC 7, our sister stations, Be the Match and Good Morning America, teaming up for the One Match Second Chance campaign to celebrate the 10-year anniversary of Robin Roberts' return to work following her bone marrow transplant. We hope you'll consider joining the Be the Match registry. So scan that QR code on the screen if you want more information. If you can't scan it in time or can't pause the TV, it's okay. We have that on our website. Maybe you're watching us there, and so you can get more information. Like you said, a swab, it's not hard.
No, and I mean, at the end of the day, you could save a life. How powerful is that?
A lot.
That's a great Valentine's gift.
Oh,
you know?
man, I'm telling you, there's not much one
right.
much better.
Plus, if you didn't get anything, you can say, hey, I did this.
Like it.
And that's real powerful because it's tomorrow. So it's like 7:30 right now. You got just maybe 5 hours or so.
I got work to do.
Yeah.
From flower shops to candy stores, Chicago area businesses are getting ready.
Plus, the new Valentine's Day offer from McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. And the celebrities who are behind it. Oh, yeah. We know who they are. We'll be right back.
It looks good.
T-minus 4.5 hours, okay? Till February 14th.
I got time.
Valentine's Day is tomorrow.
Okay, that means big business for some local companies. The owner of Romance and Blooms in Edison Park says she's been busy. Most common request, a dozen red roses.
Roses are beautiful, beautiful. We haven't had any problem with getting them. Some of the greenery, because they had some really cold weather in Florida, that's been a little smaller than normal, but there's other things we can use.
In Niles, Affy-Tapple and Mrs. Printables brought in over 100 workers to keep up with demand.
Those are delicious. That's a meal right there. That one Affy-Tapple, that is a gigantic meal. You could actually share it with your family.
Slice
cut
it up and share it. Right,
yeah.
exactly right.
That sounds good, right?
Well, McDonald's has seen sales boost in the past when it offers celebrity meals, so...
All right, so now for the first time, the chain is offering a very special Valentine's-themed celebrity meal. You want to eat like the stars? Well, starting tomorrow, people can buy the Cardi B, an offset meal. It's a cheeseburger. I'm trying to sound like Cardi B. Paired with a tangy barbecue sauce and large Coke, plus a quarter pounder with cheese and large high-C orange lava bars. Plus, you got fries and an apple pie. I love apple pie, and you can share it all. What a sweet meal.
I think that's good. Those are all good.
They have the Happy Meal, now they have the Love Meal.
Right.
I'm the loveologist.
Yeah, high C, you like high C, Greg?
Yeah.
The
That's
high
old
C.
school.
Oh, their high C is good. But we've talked about the fountain Coke at length
it
on this
is,
show.
and the fries.
That's what you got to go with.
Oh,
yeah.
ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Loving it. I think they should sing that because they're both singers, rappers.
If I got you this, would that be good? Well, you really like it though. Like,
as Rob has said, he's got a little shopping to do. So.
I do.
Okay, I'll take it.
Running
'cause I
some
think
errands when I get
that's so
home.
thoughtful of you.
Thank you.
Because you listened and you know that I like McDonald's.
Yes.
And I haven't been in a long time.
All right, McDonald's. Where's the
So-
closest McDonald's to us
There
down
was
here?
one on the corner.
And it
of
closed.
my street.
Yeah, well, there's one near the Portillo's on the way out of town.
Right,
but like,
the
why
big,
over on Ontario.
why don't
right
you just
there.
go into
Dancing
Portillo's at that point?
McDonald's.
There
or
used to be
what's
the Rock and Roll.
Right, that one,
It's
Rock and Roll. Is
it's
it not
still
Rock and Roll?
I don't think it's still there though.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
Beautiful,
So,
beautiful place to get
oh,
you
that's
Cardi B
really,
meal.
yeah.
So
yeah.
this we
Cardi
talked.
B and Offset.
Oh, that's okay.
Cheryl B and Offset.
Right,
On
offset.
set.
A lot of ways, yes. We talked about gambling last week. Well, new numbers are showing just how popular betting was during the Super Bowl. Cybersecurity company GeoSupply says it tracked more than 100 million online sports betting transactions. The company called it a record-breaking event. That's just the legal online bets. Doesn't count all the bets people made at parties at home or with their bookie on their apps too. I mean, it's a lot.
What did we say it was going to be? 25 billion or 200 billion in bets? What was that number?
It was billions. Yeah,
Right, it was billions,
it
either
was-
21 billion or 200 billion.
It was a
I
lot.
can't remember which one it was,
200
but
billion seems
we talked about
excessive,
it
but
last
not-
year.
yeah.
I mean, last week. But I think that's a cool sounding group, Cheryl B and Unset. You're on the set. And I'm Cheryl B.
Yes,
See?
you are Cheryl.
I mean, we could go take this on the road with Amy Poehler and Tina Fey.
I feel like I want to think about it. If I get a say in my nickname, I feel like I just want to soak it up.
We'll be the opening act for them right across the street. I'm
This is as
all
close
in for
as
that.
we're getting to the opening act. Is where we can look at it across State Street and wave. This next segment's going to be fun. I'm
Right,
hungry.
I know.
Save my coffee for this.
All right. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, because we are celebrating Fat Tuesday with the Polish treats. So yummy, delicious. Just look, mouth-watering. If you want your punchki next week, you may need to place a pre-order soon, and we're going to help you with that just ahead, okay?
Another live guest. I'm so excited.
I need the inside part. Yeah, Greg.
If I could just haul one of those out and live inside of there, like down on
Shelter in your
temperatures in the mid to upper 40s for tomorrow afternoon, despite the cloud cover. I think some of us may even grab 50, but we're tracking rain and then some snow straight ahead.
Here in Chicago, our weather is always changing. That's why ABC 7 Eyewitness News is always there.
There when you need us.
Giving you the most accurate forecast.
Anytime.
On any screen.
Tracking severe storms.
With live Doppler 7 Max, the most advanced technology.
So you know how to prepare.
No matter where you live, we're there when you need us. ABC 7 Eyewitness News, your AccuWeather station.
All right, we're counting the days down. Fat Tuesday, just 8 days away, so we got to get it in.
Here in
right?
Chicago, many call it Punchki Day for the Polish pastry. Delightful pastries in the Jefferson Park neighborhood. Sells them year-round. Dobra, say it in Polish.
Pączki.
And to say your last name in Polish, because I want to try to
Bielinski. So it's one pączek, many pączki.
Many pączki.
We're making you Polish.
Right.
I deputize you. I deputize your oboe.
Okay, we'll take it. We're so glad you're here. I can smell the sweetness of the pastries. They are wonderful. And then you're going to make something for us, too. First, you got to tell us what exactly is this? Is it pączki?
So pączek is a Polish-style donut, but it's not a donut because it has butter in it, it has eggs, it has milk, it has delicious vanilla in it. We use Nielsen Massey vanilla, which is the best vanilla in the United States. It's made here in Waukegan. We use orange oil, lemon oil, and I want to show you, we do them with raspberry preserves. They're made here in Chicago. We do them with, I make my own passion fruit jelly, which is tart and delicious. It brings the Caribbean to me.
Nice.
Passion
so you can put
jelly.
anything in it, really.
You can put anything in it, but it cannot be too much filling. Polish people eat the pączki for the dough because it's got a lot of flavor.
Oh, not the innards. Okay,
it cannot be too sweet. It's a fine balance.
See, I like
that. So we do like Kentucky moonshine and lemon curd. We do custard and fudge. We do strawberry whipped cream. We do dulce de leche. And I did Jameson whiskey and chocolate custard.
What is your favorite?
Look at that hole.
My favorite is passion fruit plum butter, which is this one. It's very traditional Polish.
Look at the hole.
We decided to do traditional and modern, because it's the 21st century.
We're so excited you have a live, you're going to do this live for us.
Yes, I'm going to do this live for you.
Okay.
I'm going to fill it up and then I'm going to make you guys eat it. And, we fill it until the filling's coming out. And for you,
I'm just chocolate, Dobra?
Chocolate and Jameson whiskey.
That's perfect.
Whiskey, okay.
I like that.
That's for
but
you.
It's not a lot
Does it taste like whiskey?
It's not a lot.
The hole can be any size, Dobra. Is that a specialty? The size of the hole, does it matter?
We punch it right through.
Oh, okay. So that's not
one for you.
Okay, look how pretty that is.
And one for you, darlings. And then we're going to do strawberry and whipped cream. And,
okay.
Oh, okay.
And in the
it's a family show now.
Can I try it?
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I expect you guys to try it. And
you cut it all the way in half?
Yes.
Not just a whole.
You know what? This one is like a strawberry shortcake. Okay. You know what? Because I love strawberries and whipped cream, and we use real whipped cream and real fresh strawberries, not the stuff out of it.
So this one you open, that is phenomenal. That chocolate sauce is amazing. And I got it on my nose.
Yes, actually.
Sorry, I got it right on my nose. I'll throw you off on live television.
Yeah, the filling is like, how do you say?
C'est délicieux en français.
No, that's French. No,
smaczne, pyszne, dobre, przefantastyczne.
Yeah, that. What she said, yes.
Or the
I can taste
version
the whiskey.
Or the shortened version in Polish, we say super.
So this one is the real whipped cream that you've just added. Okay.
And fresh strawberries. And then I'm going to show you what else we've got over here because we've got Valentine's Day tomorrow.
Saving that for later, yes.
So we've got our Linzer cookies with butter and raspberry preserves. We've got turtles with pecans, vanilla beans, and Belgian chocolate. I decided I love marzipan, so I made these little animals.
You are tremendously gifted. Are you
So
kidding
I have
me?
a whole team. I must say I have a whole team.
Okay.
And I love piglets because, we have my sister-in-law is Chinese, and piglets in China are considered good luck.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
the pandas.
and so I said, you know what, cats, piglets, and panda bears and doggies, I'm a dog lover, so here we go.
Right. So this is great Valentine's gifts. If people want to go to Jefferson Park, you can get these tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Right.
And then we've got chocolate bark, and it's vegan, so and it doesn't have any dairy, and it doesn't have any gluten. So we put sour cherries, we put apricots, pecans, pistachios in there, so they're very delicious. And then, of course, we decided to do also little decorated hearts for Valentine's Day for those of you that...
Those are cookies, right?
Yes, those are butter cookies with royal icing. And then we're doing a fundraiser for the Chicago Police Memorial Foundation. It's a very important foundation because they help police officers that have been injured or who have fallen. and their families,
Help
you know,
their
because
families,
it's a great organization. They raise a lot of funds, and we do this. This is the 7th year we're doing this fundraiser, and it's called our Blue Line Cookies. 50% of the proceeds goes to the
that's great.
Memorial Foundation. They're awesome.
They do.
So Dobra, how early do we need to order? Because we have 8 days, and we know you are a very popular location. You have so much to offer. How early do we need to order? Rob's going to take some home for his wife, I'm sure, because he
I actually have some boxes for you ready to rock and
you
roll.
are okay, we are family. How do you say family in Polish?
Jesteśmy rodziną.
Yep,
Jesteśmy rodziną. Come on, we're family people.
This
And
family member wants you to slice that open so I can try that one, right?
Okay.
Did you put the
You gonna
strawberries
do it?
in
Yes,
that?
the strawberries.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Do you want to do it yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the pre-order, Dobra? Like, do I need to order tonight, tomorrow?
You need to. You can go online, www.delightfulpastries.com. You can order it by Friday. Is the deadline?
Friday. Okay.
So you have a couple days here.
Yeah, in 2 minutes you can have your order ready.
Nice.
We're open on Sunday. For those people that don't want to wait in line, we're open on President's Day as well.
Perfect.
So you can just come in and order it, and you can rock and roll.
Get
and
it
then
done.
we have a punchki class. So in case anybody wants to learn how to make some
I don't think
punchki.
she's got
I'm
it figured
doing it,
out.
baby.
Cheryl
I'm doing
does.
it.
Yeah.
Okay. And how do you say thank you again, Dobra?
Dziękuję.
Dziękuję.
And thank you very much.
Okay.
It's dziękuję bardzo.
Yeah.
You have been terrific. Thank you so
You
much.
guys have been so
You make
lovely
it
and so
easy.
gracious and
You
so
make it easy.
lovely. So I hope to see you guys at my punchki
In Jefferson
class
Park, right?
In Jefferson Park on
All right.
Saturday. There's still some open spots, so I'll see you guys there.
We just got our lesson, our one-on-one
we did.
private
But
lesson.
that's how to make the dough and how to fry it, how to glaze it.
All the secrets, yeah.
All the secrets, that's
you
right.
share.
Okay.
Thank you again, Dobra. So you can get more information, as you just mentioned on the website. You have till Friday, so you got 4 or 5 days to get your punchkis.
Well,
and I mean, telling
got a preview.
I would just get them from her. I'm not taking a class.
Yeah, that one is
'cause this
wow.
Is terrific.
Belgian chocolate is amazing. Like when you put bittersweet chocolate with custard and you melt it all together, and our custard is made with milk and butter and eggs and sugar. It's just
All right.
so delicious.
We're going to say, we're going to take a break. Dziękuję.
Dziękuję and smacznego. We say that's bon appetit. Or
Bon appetit.
Yeah, bon provecho. We're going to be in Espanol.
We'll be right back, everybody. We're going to indulge.
Cheryl's got some
Okay.
skills. Yeah.
She has. You're
I'm an
ready.
expert now.
We're going to have you as a cake decorator, you know?
I
like to make it pretty.
Who's looking out for you?
Holding our leaders accountable.
Your safety, your family,
Saving you money.
your finances, your rights. The ABC7I team, that's who.
The I-Team, helping you avoid rip-offs and scams.
Investigative reporters Chuck Gowdy, Jason Knowles, and Samantha Chapman. The ABC7I team, looking out for you.
See what we uncover next.
Only on ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Nothing on my nose.
No, you're good.
Oh,
you guys.
man.
You have something.
Trying to hold it in.
It's the pastry.
It was so good, and
That
it's
is so
like
good.
homemade, and it's fresh, and that's the part. And you
Might
can
have some
taste
lipstick
every.
on here.
Oh,
Yeah,
down.
let me
Okay.
help you. I don't. I just. We're all friends here.
See?
Yeah. You want a tissue? You're good.
Oh, okay.
Which is your favorite?
I just had the chocolate one.
Yeah, the chocolate. But I like the custardy too.
I like that new age, like combining, different ethnic ingredients into the Polish.
that.
It's awesome. It's genius.
Yep,
too.
genius, right?
Skills too, by the way.
Makes
Natural skills, Cheryl, that you have. I watched you make that.
See?
We want to talk about the Super Bowl.
Yeah, let's go. Let's get to it.
Each year, the Super Bowl halftime show brings surprises.
Yeah, but we're not sure anyone thought this was going to happen. Rihanna performing, making history. The first time in history, a halftime performer performed pregnant. As soon as she started the performance last night, internet blew up. In fact, it shut down. She rubbed her baby bump, and the world started asking, tweeting, is Rihanna pregnant again? And her representatives confirmed, yes, she is. Rihanna's first child with A$AP Rocky is 9 months old, and many thought she'd bring out a special guest of performers. We kept talking.
You did bring a special guest.
Exactly. We thought Janet Jackson, Eminem, Drake. The only surprise guest appearance was her +1.
Yeah.
It was her baby bump.
Those dancers were so
they were
talented
fantastic.
too.
Yeah.
And she was up on those platforms, pregnant, like just
with the little strappy bungee
Right.
thing.
She was secure.
Yep.
So nobody had to worry, and everybody was saying they had another baby ASAP because A$AP Rocky is the name of her, boyfriend and the father of her son. So we can talk about Rihanna wanted to empower. She said that is what she wanted her halftime performance to be about, because if you recall in 2019 they begged her to perform. She turned it down because she was supporting Colin Kaepernick.
Right.
And so she didn't perform. So now fast forward 4 years later, and she comes on stage. She made sure all of her dancers' faces were covered because she said she didn't want anybody to know what anybody looked like. She just wanted their talent to show.
And I noticed that too. Even with like the guys and the gals tank tops, like the guys almost had like a mid-drifty like undershirt on, so you really couldn't tell unless you were looking if they were guys or gals.
And I remember seeing that. I'm like, oh, those are women, or those are they were all just gifted.
Right.
Yeah.
Extraordinarily talented.
It went by like
That's
that.
what she wanted.
Yes.
So
it was fast.
And the shot, those drone shots through the platforms that were rising.
And she is afraid of heights. So according to one of the gentlemen who created the show, he also said that they were told the reason why they were up in the air was because that stadium is grass and it's wet. If you noticed, a lot of the players kept slipping and sliding.
They were slipping.
They didn't want to be on the ground because it had to be a certain weight. So they said, "We got you. We're going to put it in the air. We're going to do an aerial."
I was talking to Ryan, one of our stagehands, about the preps that must have gone into that, and he was just like blown away. Like, wow, the preparations of the crew to get that done at halftime, then get it torn down before the third. It was just a great effort.
Down to the guy
to bring it on.
Right.
And down to the guy who has to like go in and hook her up and unhook her, and like when she wants to walk around.
It was awesome. They pulled it off.
And then she brought out her makeup. She had to show you all.
Well,
Fenty Beauty.
Subtle.
Okay.
Oh, super subtle.
Fenty Beauty. Boom. Makeup sold out. Boom.
800% up on Google search trends.
People were like, "Well, we want new music. We want a new album." Boom.
Yeah, nope.
She's like, "I'm going to bring you a new human."
Right.
Yeah, as in a new baby, and you all can keep getting beautified with Fenty Beauty and make it,
So before all that and the game, the pregame. Remember last week we talked about the pregame performers. Babyface sang "America the Beautiful." Chris Stapleton sang the national anthem. Shirley Ralph sang
Lift Every Voice and sing the national black anthem.
Yep. And then a lot of people also talking about the ASL performers, the sign language performers.
Ooh,
terrific one, Academy Award winner.
Coda.
Yep.
From the movie Coda.
And they were all amazing. I thought it was all. Their voices, that's so hard on live television, I can't imagine. And Shirley Ralph, that last 10 seconds was just raw. It was just beautiful. It was beautiful.
I mean, I was crying. I have to admit, I was crying when she was singing because I know that story. And history was made that day, 123 years ago, exactly yesterday. That song was publicly sang for the first time.
Oh, the exact date?
American history,
That's
the
awesome.
exact date. Cool. So that is nothing but some very higher power.
Universe stuff. Yeah,
Okay.
that is some universe stuff for sure.
You could see the people behind her too that were they just were moved by it, like the reaction of the eyes and just taking in that moment. Well, you know who cried during the national anthem was the Philadelphia Eagles head coach. I mean, this was emotional stuff. They were all. It was great. I thought it was all Really well done.
He said that he listens to the Whitney Houston version
I
regularly.
didn't hear that.
He does do that just to get motivated before a lot of games. He will listen to the Whitney Houston version.
Is there a soul on this planet that doesn't think that's the best version that's ever been done?
I think that's
that one. Then Marvin Gaye might be right after that.
Yeah, but I mean Whitney's like
right.
Also,
that's it.
a baby face, smooth.
Ooh.
Yep.
Just smooth and perfect. I was thinking about the players too who are so amped up, right? In the biggest game of their careers, having to slow. That has to take some mental focus to slow it all down.
Right. Well, Chris Stapleton, when he sang, everybody was crying. The Kelsey brothers, you could see them. You could see, of course, the coach for the Eagles. His soulful, gritty rendition. You could feel every word in Chris Stapleton. And then playing the guitar, it was
that Telecaster was beautiful too.
Yeah. And then, hey, the women.
I know. I was just gonna say we didn't even match
all women flowers
that hit it right on. It was all really awesome.
Celebrating 50 years of women in aviation. That is what yesterday. I was so. I'm telling you, I was emotional that pregame because you know the history and you know the love of your country and the sacrifice and the people who wrote that music. Where it came from.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
And then we played football.
Right.
Yeah. But the life sacrifices of all those players to dedicate their bodies to the game, their lives, their family lives.
The mom, Miss Kelsey, who picked up every day, dropped off equipment. You know what it's like. You guys played sports. Dumping equipment there, picking that son up, picking.
You can't do it without your parents.
Right.
Ever. Yeah, particularly your mom.
You know.
Right. My mom was there for me every walk of my
bringing homework, bringing my cup, bringing all sorts. You know what I mean? Like anything. Anything.
Skates and
Have we swallowed up your weather time?
I don't care.
For good reason.
For great reason. How much time do I have to do the weather?
You had a good amount of time. It's 54.
2:30.
By the way, the people online who didn't like that whole pregame and have to blows my mind.
Oh, I didn't see that.
There's always going to be there's always going to be people chirping like.
Yeah. How about you appreciate?
Yeah.
diversity of the words and the matter.
It was all great. Loved it. Totally. All right, sorry, you got 2 minutes.
No, let's shift it on in. And this going with the great news here. 52 degrees at O'Hare today, 54 out at Midway. It's the 10th day straight that we've been warmer than normal. We took a break of like a day in between our last streak, and now we are just on the track again. Normal high is more like April 1st than the middle, basically, of February now, and we're at 52 degrees. Again, as that official high, just 10 degrees, 11 degrees below that record high temperature, and 30-plus degrees warmer than it was on this date last year. Our satellite and radar is clear for now, but there's a little trouble brewing off to our south. That'll be mostly just in the form of some cloud cover that thickens up for tomorrow, but there you go. That's the late tomorrow and into Wednesday forecast for the rainfall. Again, most of this falls during the overnight hours, but possibly during the commute too. So here's that first little wing, kind of 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon for those rain showers, and then on 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night for the heavier rain. A closer inspection with Futurecast. Again, check out the time bar here. About 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock is when that heavier rain sets in, but it's never super heavy. We see anywhere from about 1/10 to 3/4 of an inch at the very most, although most of the weather models are kind of converging on that whole 1/4 inch to 1/2 of an inch type range, 3/4 inch range. That's just a couple of outliers. Then we get a bit of a break on Wednesday before more action is in on Thursday and possibly into early Friday in northwest Indiana. And this will start off as rain, but enough cold air arrives this time that we'll see a high temperature somewhere in about the mid-20s, and it's likely going to switch over to snow for our Thursday into our Friday. There's some of that lingering snow in northwest Indiana during Friday afternoon. So how much rain, how much snow? Well, here we go. Again, most of the weather models anywhere from 1/4 to about 1/2 inch of snowfall for again, that would be tomorrow night and into early on our Wednesday. Then the snow would be that Thursday into Friday forecast. 1 inch or 2 off to the north. I'm still thinking 1 inch or less for the lakefront. Not to mention, tomorrow gets about 50 degrees. The ground's going to continue to warm up. So we're going to see rainfall on top of that ground. I don't even know if that inch is going to stick just because the ground is so warm. Before we warm it right back up, it's not going to hang around with high temperatures back in the mid to upper 40s and lower 50s into the next weekend. A beautiful weekend in what will be late February by then. Really getting lucky this winter with the warmth. We'll send it to a break and we'll be right back.
We're following breaking news on Chicago's northwest side, where police are on the scene of a shooting near a basketball court. This is all happening in the 3700 block of West Wilson in Albany Park. Investigators say a 19-year-old was on the street when someone shot him in the chest. That man now in critical condition. We will continue to cover this story tonight and have the latest online on our app and on Eyewitness News over on ABC 7. We'll see you at 10 o'clock over there.
Join us for the update on that as well. Have a great night.